I need to wake up. Why am I so dead on the inside? Hello, hi, if you're new here. My name is Echo. Welcome. Hope that you're enjoying yourself on this glorious day. Or if you're having a bad day, I hope that it gets better. I sincerely do, and I'm hoping that this video will make your life just that much nicer today. Welcome to the 8th installment of my sketchbook tour video series. So usually for most of my videos, I go like way back and I show you the gigantic binders that I did when I was in like high school and early college. But today we're gonna fast forward to the present and we're going to go through the latest sketchbook that I filled out. Wow! It's a mini sketchbook. So small. This is the Ocean Man book, 2017. I filled out this entire book in 1 week. And it's full color. That's something I don't normally do. Please have in mind, I did kind of cheat though, because I skip every other page when I'm drawing in bound notebooks. But this was the very last sketchbook that I filled out, which means that this is super up to date. Does it reflect my current level of skill? No, not at all. This is just a sketchbook, so I promise I can do better than this. Some of the stuff in here is just kind of crap, but that's how life works. Sometimes you draw and it's just crap. The life of an artist. Philosophy. If you would like to see the first 7 videos in this fancy video installment thingamabob, then you can click here for a playlist of magic. Let it go. Let it go. I'm one with the wind. Oh, you're not the one who sings this. You liar. Okay, I think that's enough of an introduction. Let's go ahead and look inside the Ocean Man book. Are you ready for this? Bom, 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 bom. Okay, let's start. So with this book, I did something a little bit weird in that I actually went from the front to the back, which is unusual because usually I start my books from the back, or I'll just like flip it like this and I'll draw from there back into the book because I'm left-handed. It's very unusual for me to do that. I don't know why I did that. Oh well. First, let's start with from the cover. I actually drew this with this lovely white gel pen that was given to me at VidCon in 2016 by a lovely human being named Sylvia. I just want to say thank you again for the awesome gel pen. I use this all the time. It can be a real lifesaver sometimes. Initially, I wanted to try and make this look like it was just a really giant person walking over like a hillside, but I felt like it wasn't really coming across and it looked more like a person coming out of the ocean. Plus, I had the song Ocean Man stuck in my head, so I figured, why not just make it the Ocean Man book? Let us begin. Page turning, March 2017. That is the month in which I did this entire thing. So as you can see, already bleeding through the paper, it's color. So generally if I'm gonna color something, I do the color work digitally. So this book is a little bit different in that it's completely colored. A big part of me actually filling out this sketchbook was because I wanted to try and practice using the alcohol-based colored markers that I have because I just needed to practice. So this first one is a little bit of a self-portrait. It was just me kind of trying to get my bearings with the colored alcohol markers. I really failed at the face. As you can see, I've got this weird eye bag thing where I didn't blend the marker fast enough and it dried. But I think overall for a first sketch on this paper, I'm content with that. So generally when I'm trying to draw books like this, I will skip a page because you can see the drawing from behind. That way when you're going back and looking on it, the other drawing isn't bleeding through. This is a sketch for an original character called Jacqueline, and in case you couldn't tell, she is a jack-o'-lantern girl. I'm really content with these eyes. Generally, I'm not that big of a fan of orange. It's an okay color, but I really loved the way that these two oranges look together, so I threw together a palette and decided to go ahead and try something very warm and jack-o'-lantern inspired. I really like this one. This one is probably one of my favorite drawings in the whole book. So don't get your hopes up now. Next. With this one, I actually did a 3-marker challenge, but I did it after I had already made the drawing, so I just kind of had to make the colors fit somehow. I was also really in love with this whole like block background color thing. I've seen a couple other artists online doing this, so I figured I could go ahead and try it. You're a good blue boy. Next. So with this one, someone on Twitter that I follow had been sketching a bunch of My Life as a Teenage Robot things, and it inspired me to make my own. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it purple. So I took all of the purple markers that I had in my marker collection, and I just went all out, and this is what I ended up with. I used to love My Life as a Teenage Robot as a kid, rubbing the drawing for luck. This was a very similar thing where I just wanted to do something with blues. I believe this one actually didn't completely start out as a cat. I had drawn the circle and then I drew the rest of the body and I didn't really draw much of a jaw, so it just kind of ended up turning into a cat figure. This purple glob is actually a mistake. Because alcohol-based markers completely bleed through the paper, in order to keep it from bleeding through onto the back page, I would use a separator like this. See? But unfortunately, the light blue that I was using to fill this out ended up accidentally blending in with this, which was still wet. Look, you can see it. See how it fits? Another thing that I really like doing with the pages in between is using them to swatch the next page. So as you can see, I actually had 5 different shades of blue and silver, but I was able to pick 2 of them that I really liked. And then here you can see I was swatching yellows and oranges. This one I didn't actually finish. I wanted to give him like skin tones and hair color and everything, but as soon as I put the yellow, I was just like, no, it's good. That's good. I like it like that. Solid block backgrounds. Man, this is so nice. Also, I'm in love with the whole alcohol-based markers thing. Do you see how solid this is? How beautifully block that is? I don't like textured colors. I like things that look like they could have been printed, like acrylic and alcohol-based markers. I love them very much. I like his eyes. His eyes are good. He's just rocking that yellow. And then here we have a pretty fairy girl. This was actually a little bit of a sketch from another comic that I had been making, and I believe her name was Ume, which means plum. With this one, I wanted to make a kind of like peach and plum themed fairy girl. When I did the solid black background, it was nice, but I felt like it needed a little bit more embellishment, so I added these like fancy little decorative elements. And the majority of this is alcohol-based marker, but the eyes, eyebrows, and dress were actually a water-based brush tip marker that I have in my set, which unfortunately means you can see all of the brush strokes, which I really don't usually like, but it kind of works for this. It makes it look a bit more fabric-y, which is cool by me. The lips and the general outline are also the same brush tip marker. Oh, I like this page too. On this page, I was just practicing eyes. And then I also tried to fill in the background with just a solid peach tone so that they actually kind of look like they were just on this giant wall of flesh. Unfortunately, like I was saying, if you don't fill it all in at the same time and very quickly before everything dries, then you end up with very obvious brush strokes. Although granted, for this page, it actually kind of works, and I'm kind of content with how it came out. I like that one. Page turn. With this one, I think I saw something that was kind of like furry-esque on the internet, and it looked really cool, so I just wanted to kind of try and make my own. Although this is really more anthropomorphic than furry. It's hard to see, but this is actually like a yellow-green, and I thought it would look really cool with like a brown, but unfortunately they just kind of started mixing together and getting all muddy, and it just kind of ended up gross. I do like the warm tones though. I like how they look together. It's just the weird mixing. The cat person is cool. Dragon. It might be a little bit hard to see, but if you look really closely at the lines, you'll see that this is actually done in a red pen rather than a black pen. With this one, I just wanted to see how a red pen would work with these alcohol-based markers. I've also seen people work with alcohol-based markers and use them to make shading, so I wanted to try and do that by going over it multiple times with a very light color, and this pink was one of the lightest colors that I had. And I was going to do a solid background, but once I did the outline, I just kind of fell in love with it as it was, so I left it. I kind of like it. It makes it look grounded. This one, with the previous drawing, I liked how the red pen came out, so I wanted to try one using all of the red tones that I had, particularly this like obnoxiously bright crimson color. Like I really loved that marker. I also wanted to try it with darker markers to see if it would make the red fade out, and it really did. And then I wanted to go ahead and throw in a bit of black ink, so I made the pupils black. It really makes them stand out compared to the rest of the drawing. With this one, I believe it was kind of a throwback to my old styles in that creepy Jonan Vasquez inspired way. That one's pretty cool. Not completely happy with the block colored background that I chose though. It's okay. Boop. With this one, I actually just wanted to kind of do a throwback to old anime styles that I used to draw in, because it had been a really long time since I tried to draw in that style, so I figured I should go ahead and see if I still could. She was very cute, so these like pink and blue colors just made sense, and then a red jumper just kind of worked with this, because I wanted it to look a little bit like a sports anime. She could be on a tennis team, right? Go tennis. Sports. As I was going through this book, I realized that none of my backgrounds were solid black, which was very unlike me, so I had to add one, and so I made this adorable little Grim Reaper boy. Here you can see I was trying to do that thing where you go over it multiple times to create shading. Also, I just really liked this brown. This is probably one of my favorite shades of brown. It's very like dessert colored. Also, whenever I get a tan, that's the color my skin turns. Interesting side note. Oh, adorable. A lot of these were just me kind of trying to go back and redraw old styles that I used to draw in. With this one, I just wanted to see if I could still draw in the chibi style, and then it accidentally turned into Phil. So I just embraced it and gave him a big green background with plants everywhere and plaid. That was neat. Adorable. I don't even think that fringe is the right way. It just kind of looked like Amazing Phil, so that's what happened. I had to draw an octopus because the octopus is one of my favorite animals. Also, I was really loving this red. This is just a really nice red. I had to. I had no choice. It must be done. And it was. Good octopus. With this one, I wanted to do kind of like a one marker challenge and also a throwback to my silhouette phase, but I also wanted to continue with the block color theme, and I really liked this orange. It's just a nice, vibrant orange. Why can't art just be beautiful? This was kind of based on a conversation that I was having with one of my instructors where I realized that he doesn't respect any kind of art that is just beautiful. It has to have some in-depth backstory and reasoning behind it, or he doesn't consider it valid. I don't think that all art has to have some intense message or backstory. Sometimes it can just be beautiful, and that's enough of a reason for it to exist. Granted, I'm not really a big fan of art for art's sake, but trying to make something that the majority of humanity enjoys and finds beautiful can be just as challenging as making something with an intense reason or backstory or message. We disagree on certain things. Art teachers can be strange. Oh, you know who this is. This is my laptop, Phoenix. With this one, I was just drawing Phoenix in a cute Christmas sweater. Phoenix is adorable. I don't know why I felt like drawing something Christmassy, but I did, and that's Phoenix. And I love him. Next page. So after I accidentally made the chibi version of Amazing Phil, I thought I should make one of my good friend Crystal Joy. It's adorable fan art. And then naturally I figured I should go ahead and make one of Hannah as well, and then complete the art trio by making one of myself. Crystal, Hannah, Echo. Freaking adorable. With this one, this was another 3-marker challenge, but I wanted to try it with a scenery. Generally, I'm pretty bad at drawing landscapes and things, so I wanted to go ahead and try to see if I could make one. The red is actually a water-based marker, and then the pink and the purple are both alcohol-based markers. And then I decided to continue that and make another landscape, but this time I had pulled a pink, blue, and brown. So this was just another 3-marker challenge scenery edition. I kind of like it. It looks very sunset, but also very like alien world. With this one, I just wanted to do something that was purple and orange because I thought that was an interesting color combination. I don't know how well you can see it, but I've been getting better at using the alcohol-based markers for shading. It's a very difficult thing to do because you have to work within the time frame that you're given before it dries. And then here, this one is just 3 random markers that I pulled from my bag. I believe with this one I did the ink before I actually pulled the markers, so I had no idea what I was going to have to color it. I terribly failed at coloring it in the right time. The shading on the face is absolutely terrible. I think I was just having problems with this specific marker. It's an artistic choice. Crap. Once again, just pulled 3 random markers, and I decided to do something that was a bit more cartoony. This was yet again one that I tried to draw the line art before picking the colors, and I just happened to draw 3 really bad colors for this. I'm not particularly fond of this one. I like him though. He's cool. Crap. Here we have a pretty ladybug lady. With this one, I actually pulled the colors before I started doing the drawing, and I pulled a metallic gold, a crimson red, and a peach. So I took a little bit of inspiration from the style of My Life as a Teenage Robot, and then just combined it with like a beetle form. And then I also put these cute little embellishments in the corner just because I thought they looked nice. It completes the page in a good way. This is a strawberry. I actually drew this after a live stream I did a few weeks ago. Strawberries are kind of important to me because my grandmother's kitchen used to just be covered with strawberries. Ooh, I like this one. I drew this after watching The Book of Life, and I really love the style of all the characters. And then these were just kind of like embellishing elements that I decided to add afterwards. I also kind of wanted to do like a red and gray rather than a red and black, just because it felt more fitting. I'm also really happy with these hands. I feel like drawing hands in this position can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, this is another one in this book that I really love. And then the yellow is leaking through from this. With this one, I kind of wanted to draw a personified version of an emoji. Originally, I was going to make his skin yellow, and then I forgot halfway through, and so I just opted for a very warm peach that is kind of yellow, and so this is what I was left with. Although he's really cute, so I'm content with that. Next page. So this is like the one thing in this book that I never actually finished. I was going to have a huge outdoor scene kind of going through, and then on the window it would be just a continuation of the scene but in different colors. Maybe I'll go back and finish it at some point, but for now this is where I'm leaving it. Next. So this one is actually my favorite drawing in the whole book. It just came together really well. This green was just the perfect cactus color, so I had to draw a cactus. It also just made me really happy because Arizona. Even this like side embellishment came together. And then here, I just wanted to draw kind of like a goth girl. I was originally going to add a bunch of red elements in this, but after I drew it, I was just really happy with how it came out. So as soon as I finished filling in all the extra stuff, I just left it. This one makes me happy. I really like this one too. And then with this one, I was kind of trying to sketch Castiel from Supernatural, but it ended up looking more like Dean wearing Castiel's trench coat, so I kind of gave up on it. Just because I had this one color that was just perfect trench coat color. I didn't know what color to make his hair or anything after that. Next. These are just some random sketches. I was watching a bunch of Simply Illogical videos, so I was trying to draw Christine, but I failed miserably. Christine, forgive me. She has such a beautiful Icelandic face, and I could not draw it. I tried, Christine. Forgive me. This one was another absolute failure. I wanted to try using highlighters to color, but they all died on me. So now I'm just left with this horrible splotchy mess. Such a shame. And then naturally I've got to have at least one picture of Chewy Bunny, the cutest of them all. Chewy Bunny, my angel, I love you. Isn't he cute? Don't worry about the blood. It's nothing. Nothing that doesn't extend onto the next pages. Don't even worry about it. And then thus, the book concludes. I keep seeing multiple people draw this heart on fan art, and I have no idea where it came from because I didn't start it, but I really like it, so I've been including it in things. It's an echo heart because it's red and black. I really do love it. Thank you guys so much. And then on the very, very back page, I've just got a Tumblr sticker that was sent to me by Misha Collins and Tumblr. Thank you, Misha and Tumblr. I love it. But that is the end of this sketchbook. Okay, cool. I hope you enjoyed that ridiculousness. Okay, girl, don't ever make that noise again. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. I am, moving again. Yep, I'm moving again because that's what I do. I think I have like a month left in this country and then I'm going back home. Yep, dropping out of college to continue being a YouTuber. I have a bachelor's degree, so I've got a backup plan. I'm fine. Let's not get too real on this, okay? I'm kind of liking this whole my life is always up in the air thing that I've been doing with my life. Life is great when you just don't care about life. My life is chaos. I'm wild like the sea and cannot be held down by anything. Except maybe like weights or gravity. If you want to see more sketchbook tours, you can click here to see a playlist of them because I put them all in a nice little combined place for you to find. Or if you want more of my general videos, then you can click my little bubble and we can be friends forever, or as long as the channel stays up. You have an awesome life. I will see you later. Bye.